Before the sun had fully risen over a small, forgotten village, a boy knelt alone in the cold earth, digging a grave with his own two trembling hands. His name was Arjun. He was burying his mother completely alone. No priest came to bless her. No neighbor came to lift a shovel. Not a single voice in the village called his name that morning. The night before, desperate, he had knocked on 3 different doors and begged for help just this once. The first hesitated. The second looked away. The third slammed shut before he could even finish speaking, and something inside a 9-year-old boy quietly broke in the rain. His mother, Mira, had been sick for months, coughing through the night, working in 3 houses just to keep him in school until one morning, her cough took the very last of her strength, and then it took her. She never once complained. Arjun lowered her gently into the ground as the sun broke over the hills, and for the very first time in his short life, he understood, truly understood what it meant to be completely, unbearably alone. The earth felt heavier than anything he had ever carried. But he was not entirely unseen. An old man stood quietly at the edge of the burial ground, watching. His name was Bola Kaka, the village gravedigger, and out of everyone Arjun had known his whole life, he was the only one who had come. He knelt beside the boy and finally spoke. "This shovel has buried kings, and it has buried beggars," he said softly. "In all my years, it has never once lied to me about the true weight of what a person carries inside them." He pressed it gently back into Arjun's small, shaking hands. "Yours is heavier than most boys will ever know," he said. "Keep it not to dig, but to remember. Remember what you are capable of carrying, and remember what you will never let another soul carry alone." The boy did not understand. Not yet. Every evening, before the sun dipped behind the hills, Arjun returned to that same grave. He sat beside it and talked to his mother the way he used to when she came home exhausted, quietly, gently, refusing to let her memory feel as empty as his pockets. His days became a blur of quiet sacrifice. Mornings, he sat in the back row at school. Afternoons, he carried bricks, cut wood, and dug wells for coins. At night, by a single borrowed lamp, he studied books other children had already given up on, refusing to let exhaustion win. Whenever a family in the village lost someone and couldn't afford a proper burial, Arjun came quietly, without being asked, and dug the grave himself, refusing every coin they offered. He remembered too well what it felt like to bury someone completely alone. Years passed, quietly, the way years do when you're too busy surviving to notice them. Arjun finished his studies. He started as a laborer on a construction site, then rose to foreman, one small promotion at a time, one long, exhausting day at a time. When no bank would loan money to a gravedigger's boy, Arjun found another way. He built his own construction company, brick by honest brick, and in every contract, he left room for a fund named after his mother, for families who could not afford to grieve. The same village that once closed its doors on him now sent for him first, not because he had become rich, but because no family who called his name ever grieved alone again. One quiet evening, Arjun returned once more to the burial ground. There, beside his mother's grave, now completely covered in flowers, sat Bola Kaka, frail now, his hands folded, waiting, as if he had known Arjun would come back exactly today. "You finally understand," the old man said, smiling. "The shovel was never about the grave. It was always about what you choose to carry for someone else." The man finally let himself cry. "Dear friend, if you've grieved without anyone beside you, what breaks you can become the reason someone else never breaks alone. Start today."